months, in the last 6 months, there is a lockdown, and many things are pending. But now we are having the opportunity to clear the whatever pending activities of academic as well as other. So really, the topic chosen by IQAC and R&D Cell and Incubation Center and Science City of Andhra Pradesh, patent, really it is a nice topic which is useful for the faculty members. And if you want to go for a patent, just like that, I would like to tell one thing. Like if you want to go for a patent, it is not just like in 1 day or 2 days, or it is not 6 months, something like that. So as being a faculty member, we need to encourage our students. We need to encourage our students, and the students are the best resources for our in our career, because in other career, other professions and all, we may not have resources. But in teaching field, we have many resources. College, we have colleagues, and we have students, and students will be having free time, and we need to promote innovation. The departments and faculty, those are promoting innovation, those are going to get a more benefit. So in every department, individual faculty members are supposed to promote innovation. Some of the innovative ideas you may get from a village student also, like related to some agriculture. We need to encourage them. We need to promote them. Then only we will go for the policy of encouraging the innovation, so that if we are encouraging innovative ideas, then only we can go to a level of patenting. So really, it is like in foreign and some of the universities and all, I know, like from first year onwards, people will try for how to go for patenting and all. But in our Indian culture and all, just in colleges and all, what is going on is just like teaching, learning, then later some R&D activities, then later we are going for examinations. So routine thing. But from first year onwards, we need to encourage our first year, second year students. So what are their innovative ideas, then how to promote. We can incubate, then later we can go to a level of patenting or publishing. So really, that should be the case in all the departments, in all colleges also. Not only in our college, every college also it should be the thing. Then only those colleges, those departments will progress. So promoting innovation is the key factor for success of any of the activities. If you are not promoting, means you will be staying there itself, then it will be monopolistic nature, so it will not be nice for the progress of the institute or department. So really, Sahuji, I think second time we are meeting. I know very well about Sahuji has given in the last webinar also has given so many inputs related to how to file a patent. So really, these things are going to help the faculty members to go to a level of filing of the patents. So really, I would like to appreciate again the department IQAC, Incubation Center and R&D Cell and Science City of Andhra Pradesh for choosing a useful topic for the faculty members. At the same time, I would like to thank the Sahuji for accepting our invitation to act as a resource person. And I would like to thank Jairam Reddy Garu for participating as well as accepting to conduct this program jointly. So once again, I'm requesting all the faculty members concentrate for the coming 1 or 1.5 hours. Then after the session is over, then you can interact with the resource person so that you can clarify your doubts. So I'd like to thank every one of you for participating. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your continuous encouragement and support. Now I request Dr. A. Narendra Babu, Coordinator, Center for Innovation, Incubation and Entrepreneurship, to introduce the resource person, please.
Thank you, Ramesh Reddy, sir. It's my pleasure to introduce today's resource person, Sri Subrat Sahu Garu. He is an examiner of patents and design, Indian Patent Office, Ministry of Commerce and Industries, New Delhi. So Sahuji did his BTech in biotechnology from VIT Velur, and later he completed his MTech in biomedical engineering from NIT Roorkela, Orissa. He started his profession career in 2011, worked as assistant professor in Dinabandhu Chowdhuram University of Science and Technology, Haryana. Later, he joined in Orissa State Services as a food inspector, Department of Food Supplies and Customer Welfare, Orissa, for 4 years. Then In the 2016, he turned into central government services. At present, he is working as an examiner of patents and designs, Indian Patent Office, Minister of Commerce and Industries, New Delhi. So I'm very much thankful to Sahuji for his continued support to our college, and we would like to expect the same in the future also. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
అన్న వీక్ ఫుల్ చేశారు కదా. ఇప్పుడు నా ఒక పెడితే చాలు
Thank you,
మనకి
Ramesh
Narendra
Reddy,
Babu, sir.
సార్ వర్క్ ఉన్నప్పుడు
Sir,
పెట్టేసి.
now start the session, sir.
Okay,
So,
okay,
Share,
like-
share your PPT, sir.
okay.
Thank you.
So, respected Dr. Appa Rao, sir, Principal, Dr. E.V. Krishna Rao, sir, Dean R&D, Dr. T. Raj Sekar, sir, Coordinator of CII, Dr. K. Jaram Reddy, sir, CEO Science City, Andhra Pradesh, Dr. B. Samir Reddy, sir, Coordinator IQSC, and my dear participants. So it's really an honor for me to share my experience about the patent filing, how the Indian patent system is really work, and how we can generate an idea and how we convert to an patentable form. So today actually we are going to divide our session into 4 major area. First of all, we need to look how we just create an idea, as just Dr. Appa Rao sir already said. See, the student are the best resource person where we can generate the idea. Once we generate an idea, we need to just refine them. After refining, our work started there. What we will do, after refining that particular idea, we need to present them in a very presentable format so that it can be easily get patentable. Once you get the patent of your idea, the most important thing is how you will get the wealth, how you generate the wealth from your patent. For that purpose, we will need to go through the commercialization process. So in this my topic, we will discuss about the generation of idea, the filing of idea into a patentable form, and the commercialization of that particular patent. So now I am going to share my presentation. So if any places whenever you will find any difficulty or unable to understand, then please raise your hand so that we can discuss one by one. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Go for full screen, sir.
Okay.
Slideshow.
I am already in full screen, sir.
Okay, sir. Slideshow.
It's visible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Visible.
Okay.
Yeah, you can increase the magnification, that plus
Okay.
magnification somewhat.
I'm already in full screen, sir. Full screen.
Bottom corner plus.
Visible now? Yes, sir. Visible. Okay.
Yeah. Not that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now visible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay. So, whatever we have started just now, what is an idea? See, you can say it's an idea or an innovation potential. An innovation potential is a newly discovered opportunity for innovation. See, so as the sir already told us, the best resource person is the student who are doing research, and we are just going through this textbook. See, these are the people where we can generate our idea. An innovation potential is newly discovered opportunity. Sir, I am getting some echo here. Sound.
Yeah. You please close one of the portal. That is, you might have opened 2 portals.
I'm getting echoed here. Whatever I am saying, I'm just getting back the sound.
Yeah, that is, sir. That Microsoft Team or otherwise any phone, or it is opened 2 times.
Okay, sir. We have no.
Now is it all? What's
Okay,
It is fine now.
it is.
so? Shall I continue?
Okay, sir. Please
Okay, sir. Okay.
proceed.
So it is visible now, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the thing is that how we'll generate an idea. Idea is just, it may be an unfulfilled customer requirement, or it may be a problem with the customer, or it may be a possible new market entry. Or if we are the technical people, we may say that a new technical solution to any problem. So the main thing is how we will generate an idea or an innovation potential. So how to track an innovation potential? Actually, there is 2 ways to track an innovation potential. Either you can go for a targeted search, or you can go for random finding. Whatever we are doing in targeted search in our own university or so many academic institution, what we generally do, we generally form an idea contest, so that we will generally ask the people, so that they can generate, they can develop the idea, and they can contest for that idea. After getting an idea, what we will do, we'll put that idea into a workshop, so that particular idea is in workable format. Once the idea is get workable format, now we can represent in a patentable form. Similarly, in another method also, we can track our innovation potential or idea. That is the random finding. Random finding means whether we can go through any customer feedback, or we can do by any searching. So by this process, we can get, or we can just track our idea or innovation potential. See, after tracking of your innovation potential, you need to move through innovation process. How we can go through innovation process? We can just do bit by bit in the next slide. See, the phase of the innovation, it consists of 4 steps. First is the idea generation or mobilization. Second is the advocacy or the screening method. Third is the experimentation, and fourth is the commercialization. See, whenever you are completing the 3rd step, that is the experimentation step, you are gathering large number of data. It is the right time to, what you will do is to formulate and draft, so that it can be represented in a patentable format. So the third step, the experimentation step, is the most important one, where you can generate your own IPR, your intellectual property rights. That may say it may be a design, or it may be patent, or it may be copyright, or it might be any intellectual rights. So this phase of innovation, starting from the idea generation to commercialization, all those things we need to discuss one by one. See, as we already discussed the idea generation, first of all, we need to get the idea. So for me, as a scholar or as a student, I need to go through any institution or any university where I will get the idea. See, the best resources of the idea generation is the people who are doing the research, or the student who are doing the textbook research. So we'll go through them, we ask them to present their idea. After getting that idea, what we need to do, we need to mobilize the resources. See, every idea is not patentable. We need to refine that idea, so that it can be put on a patentable format. So for that process, we need to do the screening or the advocacy. So I would urge the people of the university or any academic institution to make and sell, whether an IPR cell or an IQ cell, so that they can just screen the idea, so that they can just compare that idea, so that it can be in compatible form, so that it can be easily accessed in an intellectual patent system. So after the second step, now the third step is the most important step. As as the sirs already told us, these institutions nowadays they are just making inputs on the funding department. How they are making funding department? See, they are putting the money, they are putting the resources, so that the idea just generate a prototype or a small, what you call the small scale protocol. So after getting the idea, after its screening, what we need to do, we need to do an experimentation. During the experimentation, what we will do, we will just make sure that whatever the idea we have generated till now, it must be work, and we must give rise a finished product. Until and unless we are not providing any finished product, then my idea or whatever idea, it is just worthless. So the third step is most important step, experimentation. For this experimentation, you need to put the people who have the very efficient background of the experimenting idea, who have the background of the what you call the resources person, who can easily point out where your fault lies, and another person who can easily accessible to say, look, you are going through different direction. If you can move the process from this way to this way, our product will be get easily access, and will have to use a very less amount of resources. So for this experimentation, you need to put a team so that everybody just get input there, just put their input so that you will get a finished product, and that finished product will be your USP. After getting the finished product, the next thing is commercialization, which is the most important things for any person, for any institution, or any commercial organization. See, this is the step where you can generate the wealth. So in the commercialization, you need to put out the resources, like where you will want to get the market. You need to sell those products. You need to commercialize those products so that you can generate more and more wealth. Why I am telling the commercialization is more important is that after you generating the wealth, what you will do, you will just put half your wealth to your R&D process, so that the rest of the idea which are just set aside after the main idea, it can also be generated into a new patented form. So whatever the commercialization, the wealth you are getting of a finished product, put that 50% of your wealth in the R&D sector. So that what you will do at the end of the day, you will get more than 10 to 20 patented product from a single man patent product. Because in the single man product, you are getting large amount of money, you are just generating large amount of wealth. Out of those wealth, you are just doing the research and development of the rest of the idea, which are just kept behind. So these are the phases of innovation we must look before we doing anything. So up to this, we are dealing only the idea and the innovation. So the important thing start from here is the how we can represent our idea or our innovation into a presented form, so that it will be easily accessible in any patented product or patented process. For that, we need to learn what is a patent and how it will access, how we'll file the process, how we'll get the patent from Indian Patent Office or some other country, and how we'll just commercialize those patents so that we can generate more and more wealth. So before going to next phase, I will discuss what is a patent, how we'll just go across, how we'll come across the patent, how we can generate the patent or any IPR through Indian patent system, how we'll file those products, how we'll file those process so that we can easily get the patent or the any IPR form. After that, again I will discuss, and again I will tell you how we'll write this patent, this idea in such a manner that it will be easily accessed in any Indian patent system. So these things we'll discuss one by one. Now, what is patentable? The most important work just start here. See, any process or any product which is new, which involve inventive step, and which is capable of industrial application.
Rahuji.
Yes, sir.
Sir, slide is not changing, sir. Please look at that one. Here we are not, that slide is not changing.
Sir,
it is.
I am actually in slide number 5. You are not getting me?
This is in the idea innovation potential. It is in that slide only.
No, sir. Actually, I am in slide number 5. Let me.
Now it changed.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Please continue.
Okay, sir. So what is patent? What is patentable? So any process or any product which are new, which are involved in inventive step, and which is capable of industrial application. These are the three main criteria you need to go through to get any process or any product that is patentable. And the fourth one is, it is not barred by Section 3 or Section 4 of the Patent Act. See, this Section 3 and Section 4 of the Indian Patent Act 1970 will discuss which are the products which are not applicable for patented and which are the process which are not get patented in our Indian patent system in the next slides. So let me tell you, see, this is what I am saying. If you are seeing, this is a pencil I am having. See this, sorry, this is a pen I am having. If you go through any Google and you just Google it, a pencil, you will get more than 80,000 patent on this particular pencil or any particular pencil or any particular what you call pen. See, it's not like that once we just generate a pen or pencil, it is just patented. Once it's patented, you can't say that you are not getting more patent on that particular product. No, it's not like that. If you get a patent on a particular product, if any other person who comes here and if he will say, I just modify something like that, I just put some technical solution onto that particular product so that its efficiency gets increased, so that he will also get a patent on that particular things, whatever he had just generated. So on a particular things, you will generate more than 1,000 of patent. So keep in mind, just don't think that on a particular product only will get one single product. No, it's not like that. On a particular product, you will get 1,000 of patent. If you have three things in your mind, if it is totally new, if your technology is totally new, or if your technology having an inventive step. Inventive step means it is technically advanced. It is technically advanced as compared to the existence one. And third, it must be industrially applicable. Industrially applicable means it must be capable of producing large amount in a large scale. If you go through these three processes, then your product or process must be patentable. The next one is the Section 3 and Section 4 of the Indian Patent Act 1970, which are the product and process which are not patentable. We look after that one by one. Now next, see, what is product? Product means any apparatus, you may say any device, any machine, any chemical product, or any drug or food or their composition, or any chemical composition or a biological product. So suppose I am having a pencil and I am saying that this is my apparatus. I want to put in a patentable format. And if I will say it is a writing apparatus having a cap and having a lid inside it, which can be in a very user-friendly way, which can be write on a paper, so that it will be write in a very longer format. What I am asking, actually I am asking for an apparatus or a device which is having a lid inside it, having a cap on over it, so that it can be presented in a very apparatus way, or it may be presented in a device way. Similarly, suppose I am having a mobile phone. See, this is a mobile phone. This is of a Redmi. Suppose I am having this mobile phone. If somebody comes to me and says this is a product, I am saying yes sir, it's a product. If another person who will come and say me, sir, it is a design, then I will say yes sir, it is a design. If another person who will come to me and say no sir, it's a logo, then I will say yes, it is a logo. Because see, this is a mobile. Why I am showing this? See, it is a design. See, this particular mobile, you can go for more than 4 to 5 intellectual property. If somebody asks me, this is a square type of instrument, I want to design this. I want to patent for a design patent of this square form. Yes, you can go and you can file for a design patent of this square shape of mobile. If somebody comes to me, sir, this is my logo. See, this is a MI logo. I want to go for a logo or registration. Yes, you can go and do for a logo or registration. It is also a form of IPR. If another person comes to me and he said, sir, the technology inside the mobile is quite unique one.
so that we can access in very remote area. Yes, see, this technology is very unique, and you can say if you will access in very remote area, then yes, you can patent the technology. So from a single device, you are generating 3 to 4 intellectual property right. So for that, you need to prove it must be new one, it must be a technical advancement as compared to the existing one, and third, it must be produced very large scale in industrial scale. So what is non-patentable? So according to section 3 and section 4 of Indian Patent Act, these are the things, these are not patentable. Better to keep in mind before doing any research work. See, any invention which is frivolous in nature, that means which doesn't exist, which is contrary to well established of natural law. See, if somebody is saying that my invention is against the gravity, against the gravitational force, see, nothing exists against the gravitational force inside the earth. So you can't say this is patentable because it is against the natural law. And or any invention which is contrary to morality or injurious to public health or animal or plant or environment. See, there is a large number of debate still going on between the scientists about the GMO food product, genetically modified food product. See, most of the people who are saying that the the genetically modified brinjal, it is used to keep safe from the insect bite. See, what they are doing, just inserting a gene inside a brinjal, and they're saying that this is useful for keeping the pest aside from this particular product. Yes, we are saying this is novel, but if it is injurious to any insect or any animal or any plant, then still this is not patentable. Still these kind of things are still in debatable format. Till now we are not in a position to say whether the GMO is patentable or not. Still we are in a position to just debate everything because it is our duty. Until or unless you are not debating for a particular issue, you are not get out the best out of it. So it's a good to have the debate. Now the third one, any invention which is scientific principle or abstract theory, which is just already exist, it is not patentable. Another one, the new property or use of a known substance. Suppose I am having a paracetamol tablet and I am saying I am using the paracetamol tablet and it is just antipyretic one. My temperature is just going down, and I am getting patented on that particular paracetamol product. If someone else comes here and he will say, by taking that paracetamol product, my cancer is going out. See, this paracetamol product is already exist in market and it is used for antipyretic one. What you are doing, you are just asking the new property of a paracetamol product. So you are doing nothing magic over there. So these kind of things are also not patentable. But yes, if you are changing the paracetamol from, just like I am giving the best example is cetirizine. The cetirizine is changed to levocetirizine because its L form is changed, so its efficiency, its work performance has changed. For that particular things, it is patentable. So these are the things, the method of agriculture and horticulture, treatment of human being, plant, animal, essential biological process, any mathematical or business method, computer program per se or algorithm, these are not patentable. But once again, let me reiterate it, computer program is patentable if you are showing the application of that computer program on a device is just to increase the efficiency of a device, then that particular program with respect to that particular device is patentable. Recently, we have concluded the Honorable Delhi High Court. Recently, he has just given a judgment. He is saying that if any computer program which is used for increase the efficiency of a machine is patentable. But if you are asking only computer program per se or algorithm per se, it is not patentable. So these are the things according to section 3 and 4 of the Indian Patent Act, these are not patentable. Now we have already discussed the patentability criteria. What is an invention? Invention means any new product or process which involves inventive step and capable of industrial application. These are patentable. So again we are saying what is inventive step. Inventive step means any feature of an invention that involve technical advance as compared to the existing knowledge or having economic significance or both, but that doesn't make the invention not obvious to a person skilled in the art. Let me tell you one example. Suppose I am having a gun. Initially, what is having this kind of gun? They are having a single bullet firing system. But what I did, I just make out a gun. Out of that gun, what I say, let me say this gun having a six carrying capacity of bullet. So at a particular instant, at a particular time, what I will do, I am putting 6 bullet inside a gun so that it can easily fire one by one in a single time. So what I did, initially the gun having a single bullet, but what I found out, my gun having single bullet, not a single bullet, 6 bullet in a single time, and I can fire one by one without putting any bullet to it. So what I did, I just increased the technology, whatever existed in the initially single bullet gun system to multi-bullet gun system. So I just increase my technical advancement from the existing knowledge. So this is the inventive step. You have to make sure whatever the technology, whatever the product, whatever the process you are working on a particular field, you must have an inventive step so that it is easily sellable in Indian patent system. And now the third one is industrial application, means it must be capable of form a large scale or a vast scale. Yes, sir.
So slide again, it's not, it's stuck in 6th slide.
6th slide. Okay, sir.
Yeah, now changed.
Okay, sir. Okay. So this is the industrial application. So you must be capable of made in a large scale or an industrial scale. So if you pass through these 3 criteria, your product or your process will be patented. So better to keep in mind these things you must have input in your own product or process. Now the next one. Now who can file? Who are the person who can file the patent? Either see, this is the most important one because you people are working in a university or any academic institution. You must keep in mind who can file a patent. See, if you go through section 6 and section 134 of Indian Patent Act, it clearly says either you alone or you can jointly file a patent application. See, by any person who is claiming to be the true and first inventor, or by any person being the assignee of a person claiming to be the true and first inventor, or by the legal representative of any deceased person who can immediately before his death is entitled to make such application. See, these are the 3 people who can file a patent. Suppose who are the natural person or true investor? So suppose I'm giving one example. Suppose I am a scholar, I am working in a government institution, let's say any IIT. Okay, I am working in the mechanical department of IIT Delhi. See, I am the student, I am the research scholar. So what I did, during my working, what I found out a new technology. So suppose if I want to file a patent of that new technology, then I will be the true and the first inventor. So at that point of time, the research scholar is the true and first inventor. Okay. Now the second person, the assignee. Suppose after whatever I got, see, actually I am using the resources of university so that everything whatever I am using, it must be go to the university. So what I will do, I assign my right to university so that university can file that particular application on behalf of that particular department. So now the assignee, who become the assignee? The university become the assignee. Okay, the university now file the patent, but he has to keep in mind, he has to mention that Mr. Subrat Sahu is the true and the first inventor. He has to file a form 5. During that particular process, you need to file form 5 in our Indian patent system. You have to say that though the university is the assignee, though the university is the applicant, but the true inventor is the Mr. Subrat Sahu or Mr. X or Mr. Y. Okay, these are the two persons who can file. And the third one, the legal representative of any diseased person. Suppose somebody who is working on a particular field, on a particular field, and he just come to an accident, he just expired. So what he will do before the expiry, if he has made some legal representative on behalf of him, then that legal representative become the applicant. So he can either alone or by jointly with another person, he can file the patent. Now come to the category of applicant. See, who are the applicant? You can be a natural person. What I have already discussed, the natural person is the scholar, research scholar, or the student, or any faculty member, or startup. Suppose if you are doing a startup, if you are putting your idea into a company and you are just creating a startup, then startup also eligible for filing a patent. Now the small entity means as per the Indian MSME Act, suppose somebody having a turnover of less than 25 crore per annum, then he is initially he will be entitled to file a patent under the name of small entity. And and another one, the large entity. I'm just sorry, I've just failed to mention the large entity. It make out a legal entity. The large entity, as per the MSME Act, those entity which are having the turnover more than 25 crore and he has just passed away 5 years of his incorporation as a company as per Company Act 1958, that is termed as a large entity. So these four persons, these are the applicant. He may be a natural person, he may be a startup, he may be a small entity, he may be a large entity. These are those applicant who can file the patent. So now let me tell you, suppose you people are working on a particular department in your university. If you came across a new idea, what you will do, either you can approach the Indian Patent Office as a natural person by filing the patent by your own way, or if you are using the resources of that particular university, what you will do, you will approach the university so that university will file the application on behalf of his name, but the inventor must be you. The university must keep in mind that the inventor, the true and first inventor are you, and the applicant is the university, and they can again process the patent in the Indian patent system. So these are the things you must keep in mind. So again, as per Schedule 1 of Indian Patent Act 1970, you are just keep divide the fee. Actually, during the filing the patent, what you will do, you have to file the fee along with the application. See, for the natural person, for the single application, you have to pay only 1600 rupee. For the startup or small entity, you have to pay 4000 rupee. For the large entity, you have to pay 8000 rupee. So see, for the natural person, we just minimize the fee so that any person who is willing to get a patent of his idea by paying very minimum amount, he can easily access a patent in Indian patent system. So these are the things as per Indian Patent Act 1970 amended in 2005, as per Schedule 1 of Indian government, these have been created. Now after getting everything, how you can file a patent? Either you can put a physical filing or you can go through e-filing. See, for physical filing, what you will do, either you can go through by post, or that may be registered post or speed post. Initially, prior to 2016, we are access the what is called the another mode of filing, that is called by courier services. But after 2016, we are not entertaining any physical mode of filing through courier process. We are only giving prioritize to register post and speed post for physical filing. For that, you have to make a DD of the particular account office counter. A mode of payment, either you can pay through cash of your application fee or through demand draft, or you can Beam UPI. So These are the physical filing at the patent office. But if you want to file through e-module, there is an option also available after 2017 from Indian Patent Office. This is our Indian patent site where you can go through the comprehensive e-filing. By clicking that particular link, you can find out detailed document whatever required for filing a patent, so that you can just log in your ID. Just make sure you must have an email ID so that you can provide some data. After that, after you get an ID, you can easily go through. You must have a digital signature. After this, then you can process through e-filing. See, initially what we are doing for the e-filing, for the physical filing, if you are paying 4,000 rupee, then in e-filing you have to pay 10% less, because we are asking the people, we are asking the student, the research scholar, or the inventor to file through e-filing, so that it can be easily processed and it should be digitalized in such a way that you can easily access those documents. So we are just encouraging the people to go through e-filing process. So these are the site you can access. Now the next one is, after we are also providing an mobile app. See, this is a trial method in 2017, November 17, we just put out in the market. See, through this app, you can, who are the people who are just examining your patent, at which stage your patent is get stuck, so that you can get the feedback from your patent, whatever you have just filed till now. So by using this app, you can go, you can just keep a tab on your invention. Now the thing is that, yes, what is the document really you need? See, before filing, why you need is, these are the documents you must keep in mind before filing an application. See, you must have an application form 1, form 2, form 3, proof of right, the patent specification, the declaration of inventorship, whatever I have been talking in form 5. You must have an abstract, you must have a drawing or power of authority. So one by one we'll discuss. See, suppose I am as a scholar working in any university, I want to file a patent about any motorcycle. I have extensive of study on motorcycle. I keep updated my idea. I just found a new idea, which is the increasing the fuel efficiency of my motorcycle. What I will do for that, the way you are publishing your paper, the way you are making the abstract, the material and method, the working example, the result discussion, everything, whatever you are preparing the publication of paper, in the same way you have to prepare those documents. But you no need to publish that one. You just prepare those documents and just keep in your own place, a very safety place, so that after making all those documents keep ready, you can file this document in Indian patent system. See, actually we have 4 jurisdictions for the filing of patent. The north one is situated in Delhi, Indian Patent Office, Delhi. The south one is situated in Indian Patent Office, Chennai. The west zone is situated in Mumbai office, and the east zone is situated in Kolkata office. So for me, though I am situated in Delhi, I have to keep everything ready and I have to file everything in the Delhi Patent Office. I no need to go for any physical filing. I just sit in my own place. I access the e-filing mode. I choose the Delhi jurisdiction and I file all those documents of that particular jurisdiction, so that my own application will be accessed in my particular jurisdiction. Because as per the Indian government, as per Indian Patent Act, these 4 jurisdiction has been just divided. So these are the documents we need to keep ready before filing the patent. First one is the form 1. I am showing one by one how we can file the form 1. 4 thing you have to keep in mind: form 1, form 2, form 3, form 5, and the most important one, most of the people, they are not doing, and they are saying that our application is lingering for years and years or not examining, is form 18. Again, dear participant, I am reiterating to you, until and unless you are not filing form 18, your application will not get examined. Until and unless you are not filing Form 18, your application will not get examined. If your application will not get examined, you will not get any patent. So keep in mind, during the filing Form 1, Form 2, Form 3 and Form 5, you must have to file Form 18 at the very same moment. Most of the attorney, they are not using Form 18 because they know, see, we are having a 4 year of time. At any time from the date of filing of Form 1, we can find Form 18. See, after 4 years, if you are filing Form 18, at the same time your application get abandoned. But within that 4 year, if somebody is asking it, oh, we are having 4 year, it's not worried to file Form 18. See, until and unless you are not filing Form 18, you are not putting your application into proper place for examination. The day you file the Form 18, at the same day, what you are doing, you are putting your application for the process of examination. So, suppose today I am filing Form 1 and today I am filing Form 18 with Form 1. So, within my publication, so generally publication generally takes 18 months, but there is also an option. If you are filing Form 9 along with Form 1, your application will get published in our Indian Patent Journal within a month. See, this is a Indian Patent National Journal which is get published in every Friday of the week in Indian Patent Office in 4 cities of the in Indian Patent Office of the Ministry. So if you file Form 9 along with Form 1, your application will get published in the Indian Patent Journal. Okay. So after filing Form 9 along with Form 1, once it gets published, now it is ready for examination. See, I am telling you because I am giving you very shortcut method. Within 10 to 12 months, you will get a patent if you go through my process. First of all, see, this is totally awareness, lack of awareness. Participant, I am very sorry to say you, most of the people from IIT, even JNU, even DU, from even the Anna University, they even don't know how to process so that they can get the patent easily, very quick amount of time. Because they don't aware of those things. So better to keep the process, whatever I am saying, better to write down the process. First of all, you need to file Form 1 along with Form 9, along with Form 18. These 3 forms you need to file the day you file the Form 1. So that you will get your patent within 12 months. I am saying on record within 12 months if you are properly filing those forms. Okay. So one by one we'll discuss those forms. See, this is the Form 1. What we will do, this is the applicant, whatever I am saying. Suppose you are the inventor, you are working on a particular university. The name of the applicant will be your university. Sir, this is visible, this form is. Hello? Narendra Babu, sir.
Yes, sir, visible.
Visible.
Okay, sir. Sir, so this is the Form 1. This is the most important form you need to file. So this is the applicant. Suppose if you are a scholar, you are working on a particular university. So the applicant will be your university. The name of the applicant will be your university. This is the inventor where your name come to place. Name will be yours because you are the person who are designing that application. You are the person who are generating that particular idea. So you are the true and first inventor. So that's why your name must be here. Now the third one is the title of invention. Suppose I am working on a particular motorcycle. So what I will say, give me a title of fuel efficient and sustainable bike, which is used by using ethanol. This is my title. So in this way you can formulate your title, and it must be a very succinct form. You put your title there. Now this is the address for correspondence of applicant or authorized patent agent. See, if you are unable to file an application, then you can hire an patent agent. Those are the person who are very competent to file everything for you. But if you file an applicant as your own, it will be very good because we people generally encourage the research scholar, the professors, and the what do you call the dean person, the registrar, better to file themselves, because if they were, because see, you people are working on a particular idea, you are the better person to understand that particular technology or that particular idea. If you are saying some another person, the any authorized agent person, you are saying that this is the my idea, you just write it down and you just go. See, you people are the more efficient than that people, because you know what is your idea, what the invention lies, what the application lies, what the crux of your idea lies. Because when you communicate with the other side of the table, that is the Indian Patent Office, during the hearing or during the objection process, you are the better to make them understandable, because you are the generator of the idea rather than the patent agent. So we generally ask you people to better to proceed by your own. I will tell you the exact process. Within that process, within 12 months, you will get a patent. How? And how you people by your own self, you can file a patent. But keep in mind that if you are working for an university, better to inform that university, because applicant will be the university. Why? See, our Indian system is such a way that we are using the resource of particular university. So it is our own moral value to inform that university that we are working on that idea and you will be our applicant and we are the inventor. If you are working of your own resources, that is a different matter. Naturally, you can file that one, because you are using your own money, you are using your own energy. That is a different method. But if you are using the resources of any university or any government institution, that make sure that the applicant must be the university. Okay. Now come to priority particular. Suppose priority particular, see, generally two type of application. One is called the ordinary application and another is called the what is called the PCT application. You may say it is an international application. Okay. So if you are putting an ordinary application, you no need to take the priority date, because the priority date is itself the date of filing of the patent application. If you are going for a national phase of any convention country or any different country, let's say US, then you can go through any let me say PCT route. On that PCT route, you can say yes, we can go through US by this PCT route, so that you can have a priority date in India first, then only you can go through US, so that the invention becomes safe in India on that particular date, so that no other person can take away your own invention. So these are the things you need to mention. Again, in Form 1, you have to mention a para 9 declaration by the inventor. See, here the most important work exists. Here you have to declare by yourself that I, let's say Subrat Sahu, are the true and first inventor of this invention, and declare that the applicant is our own assignee. So you are declaring the university as your assignee. So your sign must be there in para 9 of declaration. Until and unless you are not signing that, not signing on para 9, your university can't get patent. Okay. So these are the Form 1.
Sir, Rahulji.
Yes, sir.
The form is not visible, sir.
Form 1 is not visible.
Yeah, it's in 14, slide 14 only.
Sir, wait 1 minute, sir.
Oh, yeah, now it is visible. Yeah.
Again, I am telling applicant, the name of the university must be there. Inventor, your name must be there. Title, whatever the title you are writing there. Address of the correspondence, your own university idea or your own university address. Or if you are hiring a patent agent, then their address must be there. Now, I am asking about the priority date. If you are filing an ordinary application, then no need to take any priority date. If you are filing any international application, then you must keep a priority date on the particular number. Now the para 9. In the para 9, you have to sign everything here that you are the true inventor and the university is the applicant one. Okay. So these are the Form 1, the Form 1, or you need to file those things. Now come to the second page of the Form 1. See, in the second phase of the Form 1, these are certain declaration you have to make, and in this declaration, these are the document you need to attach. What are the document you need to attach? You must have a complete specification. Complete specification means you must have an abstract of your idea. You must have a working example of your idea. You must have a full disclosure of your idea, and you must have a claim. See, the legal part of your patent or any intellectual property right reside in the claim itself. Then I will show you in an example how the claim are narrated and how can proceed with the legal part of the claim. In this patent, the claim is the only part where the legal right generally exists. If some other person which comes and taking your claim, then you are the person who are going to any high court or any Supreme Court, and you are saying that, sir, these are my legal right on that